Yo, what's up, guys? It's Brendan. I know a lot of coaches, consultants, and agency owners out there are kind of struggling to get clients right now and hit their income goals. And I have done a lot of audits. I've been on a lot of calls and kind of understanding what are like the common problems that people are dealing with. And I was doing an audit today, and I was like, man, like I feel like a lot of what I said here can apply to like anyone's business who's struggling to get more clients and scale. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoy the video. This is what I show everyone to kind of explain. The difference between people who are making like 20K per month, 50K per month versus people who aren't. And obviously, I have no idea where you're at in your business. So again, just take it where it applies. So these are the four pillars, and these numbers up here at the top, they each represent. They kind of like go a little bit more in depth into each of these four pillars here. And so usually something of these four is either wrong or there's just not enough volume going into it. So one or the other. So essentially, the first one is the offer. So crafting a high ticket, which you already have, no brainer offer that targets a specific client and makes the offer unique and focuses on the why, not the how. So one thing I wanted to talk to you about is I was kind of taking a look at your funnel, and I noticed that on your funnel it says one-on-one coaching, and it kind of has like a little bit of like testimonials and things like that. But I would definitely say that it doesn't really speak, like it doesn't really, the copy doesn't really catch the person's attention and really show exactly what it is that you do for them. So like usually the framework that you would use for like an engaging copy is you want to call out exactly who it is that you're helping. And then after that, you usually want to give them like a time frame if possible. So like say like for example, if you were targeting, I don't know, busy moms, you'd say I help busy moms achieve X result in this amount of time. And then after that, you'll usually want to say something like without dealing with XYZ, whatever problems they usually deal with. So you really want to think about like what pain points do the people that you're targeting really deal with, and how can you really make someone feel like they're completely called out to this? Because by just saying something like one-on-one coaching and Rosie is so relatable, it doesn't really like, really market itself to a specific person and a specific problem and a specific need and like create that urgency within them. And so there's obviously a video on offer could be like its own thing for like an hour long, but yeah, that's definitely something that I would check into in the offer. I don't know exactly what the full service is that they get, but definitely would look into that. And then the second piece, which is definitely the most important, which is generating traffic and attention, and also nurturing that traffic and attention. And so obviously you're posting content, which is great, and I love your content that you post. It's very aesthetically pleasing, and it's very clear that you're a subject matter expert and you know what you're talking about in your content, because I've gone through a couple of your reels. So you're doing a great job there. And then, yeah, I mean, there's other strategies that come along with that. Obviously, I don't know what you aren't doing, but I'm just going to list them off real quick. So obviously, organic content, you're doing that. Building an email list, so putting out some sort of a freebie or free offer in exchange for an email list, so you can nurture people. They can, get more warmed up to you, and then you can pitch them on offers. Warm DMs, so having a strategy to talk to people that comment under your posts and stories and stuff like that. Most coaches know that, to bring them into your business. And then having call to actions on your stories. So when you post like a story or something, having like you want to give, they usually say you want to go by a rule where you give people a ton of value. Like, usually you have like 10 stories or 10 posts that are really focused on giving value. And then you want to ask for a call to action, like click the link to go to this page or something like that, or DM me the word, whatever, right? And I think most coaches kind of know that. So moving on. So the funnel is something I really wanted to talk to you about, because I noticed a bunch of things with your funnel that I can guarantee you are causing a drop off in customers. So the funnel is essentially just the process for which someone goes from the link tree, like the link in your bio, all the way up until the point where they actually buy your service. And so essentially, if we click the link tree in your bio, it gives people a lot of choice. And the thing you have to understand is that the more options you give people to click on, I see this mistake. So it's like the most common mistake I see with influencers and coaches. And a lot of people do this because they see people with millions of followers do it. So they think that like, okay, it's fine. And I'm not saying you can't make money with this, but it definitely will lose you out on money 100%. Because the more options you give people to click on, you're actually going to lower the conversion rate for what your highest ticket offer is. So the best thing that you can do is actually just have a link that goes straight to your highest ticket offer, which would be your one-on-one coaching. But there's so many things here that they can click on, which adds confusion and complexity. And then they come here to the one-on-one coaching, but there's still some friction on actually signing up with you here because it looks like they have to scroll, or it's just like it's not really like streamlined. You want to make it as easy and as simple and like brain dead as possible for people to get to you, especially now because people have like really short attention spans. Like the book of discovery call is a really common one. Some people will have just a Calendly link like straight in their bio, and that's good. I mean, it does like give people immediate access to you. But then the problem with a Calendly link is that a Calendly link doesn't really do a good job of like I was saying before with the offer. It doesn't really call people out to a specific need. So you kind of want to strike that middle ground where the best, or at least there's a few methods, but I'd say one of the best ways is you want to have, I recommend either a VSL funnel or something that's really going to a VSL funnel is basically just a web page like what you already have here, but it just has like a video on the page. And videos do a really good job of converting because most people don't really read long landing pages anymore. And so because they don't really read these, and then there's a bunch of options for them to click on, the best thing to do is to have them come, like they click the link in your bio and they go straight to a page with a video. There's no other options for them to click on. You're just funneling 100% of your traffic to your offer. And then it's going to show a bold headline that calls out, your target audience and basically tells them like, hey, I help whoever it is that you help with specific problem in X amount of time without dealing with painful problem. And people are going to go, oh, holy shit, like that's exactly what I need. And then they're going to click the video and the video is going to warm them up to you before they ever even jump on a call. And so people who are educated and warmed up are 10 times more likely to buy from you and appreciate you because they're educated. So you're not having to educate them on the call. So your calls go much smoother. So they watch the video and the only thing they can do on the page is book a call. That's all they can do. And so what they're going to do is they're going to watch the video. They're going to book a call on your calendar and then they'll show up for the call and it should be an easy close. And so funneling 100% of your traffic while also, plugging that link in your storied post and plugging that link in your post, not all the time because you don't want to be salesy and just pitch all the time because people get annoyed to that. But I promise you, if you just had one link that went to one funnel that had a really strong offer and you just pumped out content and directed people to that offer at a rate where, most of the time, 75% of the time you're giving value, asking nothing in return. 25% of the time you're plugging that link. People watch the video, they get warmed up, they book a call. And at that point, the only reason they might not close is if they just don't like your offer, meaning like the actual service that you deliver. So that's why the last pillar I can't find my thing. That's why the last pillar is the sales process where you actually close the clients. So when you're on a sales call with people, are you just explaining everything they're going to get? Oh, you're going to get X amount of calls. You're going to get all these features. People don't care about that. They care about the dream outcome and the pains that they deal with. So when you're on a sales call, I notice a lot of coaches, and like I said, I don't know your sales process. I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes. I'm just trying to give value based on what I know works. And when you're on a sales call, are you listening more than you're talking to let them actually vent their problems and understand them as a person? Are you building that connection? And then are you selling them based on the dream outcome that you're going to get them to? Because if you're doing that, then that's really all you need. I mean, if they like you and they're warmed up from the funnel, then that should do it. So yeah, having a strong offer that's tailored to a specific person and their problems and really calling them out, generating traffic through content creation, which you're already doing, funneling to one funnel with one offer, one page, one action with that strong targeted copy directed to your ideal client, and then hopping on the sales call and closing them. And just to kind of, another part I wanted to talk about as well is usually if people are kind of struggling to hit their income goals, they usually either have a traffic problem or a conversion problem. Pretty much every issue you could think of is going to be summed up into one of these two parts, right? And so a traffic problem basically means you don't have enough leads coming into your business. You don't have enough sales calls that you're booking. And a conversion problem means you have leads coming in, you have followers, you have an audience, but they're not closing, they're not buying from you. I don't know if you've heard the story, but there was this story where I guess there was this TikToker who had like 1 million followers and they couldn't sell a t-shirt. Yet I know people who have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and they make like 200K per month. There's people who have like less than 1,000 Instagram followers and yet they make like 50K per month. and there's other people who have millions of followers. But also, there's also people that have millions of followers and they do make a lot of money. So the point is that it's not necessarily all about followers. It's about conversions as well. So you need both. And so, basically, if you have a traffic problem in your business, which I don't know, but I'm just spitballing these things here so you can take and apply it to you. This can be solved by cold outreach, which I think is the worst if you are a coach, because I think for service-based businesses like myself, where you solve a specific problem. Like it's a very if you fix computers, you could do cold outreach because it's like, yeah, I do need my computer fixed. But when it comes to things like life coaching or something like that, people kind of want to come to you because you're the authority, you're the elevated position coaching that person. But if it's like a barber or something, like a barber could do cold out. You either need the haircut or you don't. I don't need you to be someone I admire or look up to. So, but it is an option, but I wouldn't really recommend it for coaches. Anyway, moving on. Organic content, which you're already doing and you're very lovely at. Joining online and offline communities where your ideal client hangs out, which is like Facebook groups and stuff like that. Also can be kind of annoying to do, but hey, it's an option. Networking events, again, also kind of annoying to do, but it's an option. And then running paid ads. Personally, I think running paid ads is obviously the best, but you have to have a budget for it. I'd say at least $1,000 to $2,000 set aside per month if you want to do that. And then you'd also have to pay the agency that's running the ads for you on top of that. So, but I think organic content, plenty of people, scale to ungodly amounts of money with just organic content and, warm outreach, which is basically reaching out to your people. So, I mean, really organic content creation and reaching out to your people. But if you really want to go the extra mile, you can join Facebook groups where your clients hang out. You can go to networking events and all that stuff. So that solves the traffic problem. The conversion problem means, okay, you have an audience. People are watching your story. They're on your comments. But how do I get these people watching my content and stuff to actually, buy my stuff? So, it can be solved by tweaking your offer, which I kind of talked about. That way people are more, instead of being hey, I'm a life coach, book a call. You're are you this person struggling with this problem? I can get you this result in X amount of time, whatever. Obviously within reason. You don't want to say you can do something you can't, but sometimes it's just the way you word it. You already have it in you. You just might not have been wording it properly. Learning how to create content that drives sales. So this is a big one. So it's not just about creating content that is just here's the top 3 tips on how to do X, Y, Z. But it's also creating content that basically tells them it kind of tells them why. Why do these tips matter? So it starts with the problem, right? So let's say, for example, that I wanted to, say I do email marketing and I wanted to make a post on social media to get clients for my email marketing. I could make a post that's just here's how to email market, blah, 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 blah. People would just like the video and scroll. But if you start with a problem and you're I know someone that suffered in their business for X amount of years until I showed them this email marketing strategy. Here's exactly how we're going to do it. And if you do it, it's going to get you this benefit. Now you've related it because we all relate to problems no matter what we do. We want more money. We want more recognition. We want more whatever. And so if you start with the problem and then work backwards and position yourself as the authority who can solve the problem, that's how you create content that drives sales rather than just hey, whatever. And obviously, being authentic, being yourself, helps as well because people buy from people, not from, just tips. Developing a content strategy. So, posting consistently and knowing, okay, I'm going to post, 75% giving value and positioning myself as an authority, solving people's problems, 25% call to actions. Hey, follow me for more, check out this webinar, having an actual strategy, for reaching out to people in the in your comments and being hey, I can help you with this, and building organic relationships, not being salesy. So that's how you get them to convert. And then building an email list, huge. I'm so sorry. You might be doing this and I don't know. So if you are, then kudos to you. But offering some sort of freebie. I see so many people where they just ask for an email. Why would I give you my email? You go to their website and they're give me your email to sign up for my newsletter. Well, what if I just found out about you and I don't want to sign up for it? That's why you got to hit them with the, hey, I'll give you this PDF that's going to solve this pain or give you this benefit in exchange for your email. And if you sign up for my email newsletter, I'm not going to spam you. I'm actually going to send you valuable videos on these topics that you care about. And you are going to do that. Remember, 75% of your emails are going to be value. You're not going to ask for anything. You're just going to send them content that you post. Hey, I think this would help you. whatever. And then 25% of the time, you come in and you're like, as Gary Vee calls it, jab, 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 right hook. 25% of the time you come back in and you ask, and you're like, hey, I have this thing that I think you'd really need, book in a call if you're interested. So so all of these things here, very valuable. And then building a sales funnel rather than just a website with a billion different spots you can go to and all types of confusion, an actual funnel, which is designed to actually take prospects and move them into a sale. Traditional websites are terrible at that, which is why they're being phased out in favor of people just using simple like one landing page VSLs or type forms, or even some people just Accountly, because they funnel so quick and efficiently. What results does this get on average? So implementing all these tips, I know there's a lot, but I'd say 6 to 11 warm leads per day just from inbound content alone. 10 to 30K, and that can be added on in addition. So if you're already making that, then usually I find that there's usually something in here that most people aren't doing, because nobody's perfect. And usually you'll be able to add an additional 10 to 30K in monthly revenue after about, say, 2 to 6 months, depending on how much, effort you're putting into it, if your offer is at least 1,500 or higher. I see so many people charging way too little for their coaching offers. And when you do that, you have to have way more of an audience. People don't take your thing as seriously. And if you're not charging enough, you can't give as good of a service. And that's something people don't consider either, which you are. But if you're charging more, then you're able to make more, and which means you can deliver a better service, which means your clients give you happy reviews and are satisfied, which means they tell other people, which gives you more clients, which gives you more money, and it creates a positive flywheel, an upward spiral, if you will. And then in an audience that resonates with you and is more likely to invest in any future offers that you can craft for them, because 75% of the time you're offering value, 25% you're asking, but your ask is still valuable and you're targeting people directly to their pain points and needs instead of just posting value out into the void and having just a traditional website that doesn't convert people. Most people have websites that they aren't even tracking their conversions on it, so they can't even see the number of page visits that are coming onto the website. They can't see the number of people that are actually converting. So I know this is a lot of information, but definitely take it seriously. Watch certain parts multiple times, because this is not something that was built in just a day or just like, think or with one person's brain. This is an accumulation of years worth of knowledge across multiple different people putting this together. So I really hope that you find this valuable, and definitely put it into practice. If you'd like any of this to be implemented for you, or you just want a consultation to get specific information from me, definitely book in a call with me. There should definitely be a link for you to do so, or you can, just DM me on Instagram as well at brendan.a.parkey. So thanks so much for watching this, and have a great day. Bye.